but they're out. If Liquid wins and Viking wins, NAVI are out. So we're in a situation here where NAVI need to rely on Viking. It's up against each other. Navi's head-to-head against Liquid is a loss. Say their head-to-head against Viking is a win. Viking's head-to-head against Liquid is a win. And of course, Liquid, we already know. Yep. As the second phase of picks, Rubik into Treant. Run us through the draft here so far.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm in those 50% that probably don't get it. Like, I'm a visual guy. I need to see stuff in front of me to understand it. If you're just spitting out words, then, you know, these are just words. But yeah, let's focus on the draft. Team Liquid so far: Bane, Necro, and Rubik. We've seen Necro just completely dumpstering Ember Spirit in the laning stage, whether it's mid, whether it's on the off lane. For Necrophos, versatile pick, can be played at multiple roles, 1, 2, 3. And then we have Ember Spirit, Grimstroke 3, and Protector. Interesting. Like, they still don't have anything that synergizes with the Grimstroke ulti, which I would prefer to have. Like, any kind of ability that you can throw into besides like Spirit Vessel build from Ember Spirit.
Yeah, you've got like Leech Seed. That's pretty much it.
It's not a single target ability anymore.
Alright. Sad stuff.
10 seconds!
There's no Beastmaster to come out either. Banned out in that second phase by Liquid. Does give them pretty strong lanes here as Na'Vi, Treant and Grimstroke both able to put a lot of harassment into those two side lanes. Global heal from Living Armor. Super. And Treant got changed so much over the past couple of months.
Yeah, what does Treant actually
giving
do?
him a new ability. Like Nature's Grasp? Where did that come from?
So what are they looking for? I would love to see something that builds into auras. You have a ton of magical damage. Centaur is the hero that comes to my mind. Is there anything else popping out?
Well worth pointing out Mag here standing in for Pasha, and he's also got the little crown. He's Captain Master of Na'Vi right now.
Yeah, I believe he usually drafts, but it's someone in-game who's clicking the buttons. And we were having fun in the chat about Mag. He's my old friend. So I was not sure if that's a meme or if that's an actual thing, that Mag has the same IQ as Albert Einstein.
Left.
I checked Wikipedia page. That's what's written. Then I checked even more, and official Dota 2 Twitter in 2015 tweeted that out.
True facts, then.
Yeah.
Trivia there for you.
Sometimes you're gonna hear straight up facts out of me, not just memes. So, yeah, I mean, imagine playing...
Make the most of it when you can.
Yeah, imagine playing against Albert Einstein, who knows how to play Dota.
5 seconds left!
Theory of Dotativity here from Mag and Na'Vi.
Okay, so that's a good ban. Yeah, sometimes I really completely forget about Batrider. I'm not Albert Einstein. I am like half his IQ. So, that explains a lot. A double lasso.
It's Radiant's band now. Seconds. 5 seconds left. Dire's turn to ban. Radiant's turn to ban. It's Dire's ban now. Radiant's turn to ban. It's Dire's ban now.
Yeah, this is exciting. I was saying to you, I was too busy doing a family quiz. I had no idea a co-caster was in need. All of a sudden, I get an excuse to run away. I'm here. This is it.
5 seconds left.
Well, you missed a little bit of a stomp in game 1. So, family team had a great puck Beastmaster CK ran roughshod all over Viking before the Morphling could even come online.
Ooh. Okay, so I haven't cast family team since they changed their organization. It's not really an organization, but the name of their team, right? Because they used to be aggressive mode.
It's
they were playing with
now.
a UK guy that I knew called Azantic, but they seem to have changed again.
Dire's turn to
So
ban.
Yes, and so that's what I was wondering too, because I was checking, and on Wikipedia they still have Azantic there, but the fact that this dude's name has the .tv everything in it, Nataki, whoever this is, I have no idea.
yes, and Taki's a different guy. I mean, his tag is no bounty hunter, so he
10
used to be on a
seconds.
different team before. I haven't seen him play in a while. Not in a game that I've
5
cast at
seconds
least anyway.
left.
But I have no idea whether he's standing in then or if it's they've just decided to change up again. Because there's no reason for them to stick with the same roster at the moment, right? I feel like Spartan gets a lot of his players poached constantly by the other organizations, so he kind of has to keep building from the ground up and trying out new players, it seems.
Yeah, and I just realized that the stream didn't hear anything from your side for a couple of moments there. They've only heard me and then some awkward silence. So that's amusing.
It's fine. It happens.
But it was only the people in game. You know, if you weren't watching in Dota TV, then you missed out.
Radiant pick.
I mean,
That's what it is.
I'm flaming my family anyway, so it's
Dire's
I don't
turn
need to
to
hear
ban.
that.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was saving you. I knew your family were watching while you were flaming them. I didn't want you to have to deal with that when you went back to them.
Such a lifesaver. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm really here to help.
So
Well,
I'm a-
Viking is mixing things up a little bit with
10
they're sort of going
seconds.
back to what's worked for them with this.
Radiant's turn
They
to
didn't have
ban.
it last time. They went Grimstroke Witch Doctor. So the Grimstroke got banned this time. They have the Enchantress. And is that a
Radiant's turn to
4-position
ban.
Clinks? Is that what we're seeing?
I hope so. I'm a big fan of Viking personally. I followed this team for a while now, ever since they. I talk to Celery sometimes as well. He's a really nice guy, and I've been following their stage about them. There was a period before the big patch where they're looking really strong. Like they kind of had their ideas in check. Immortal Faith seems to have done
10
really good work with these guys as well. So I was surprised they lost game 1.
5 seconds left.
But I mean, teams in this group stage, everybody's capable of beating everybody else. So,
Yeah.
I do. I would get to see Clinks 4 though. I don't think I've seen Cute play it personally, but there's no reason he can't.
I know that Z-Freak has been enjoying it quite a bit. I tweeted something about Position 4 Clinks making fun of it, and I caught some flack for that because Z-Freak's been doing rather well with it. And I'm like, guys, I don't want it in my pubs. Do whatever you want in pro, but I'd like to see it. I've seen it poorly executed in the 4K bracket. I'd like to see it well executed in the big leagues.
Or maybe Cute has asked for Position 4 Clinks to lane with the Beastmaster so that he can grief his Beastmaster really hard by death pack
Dire's
eating
turn to ban.
the ball. I don't think I can't remember if you can do it on ally creep or not. I don't think you can, but this pos 4 Clinks is like it's a huge amount of damage. You tend to go for this like Medallion Deso build. It's just like raw damage, right? So it doesn't work in every game. You kind of have to build your team around it a little bit more, especially it lacks in catch completely, right? You know, it is just raw damage as a hero.
10 seconds.
And we have to remember they could flex it as a core hero as well. Like it can still play position 1 or 2.
5 seconds left.
But,
It is nice
again,
against Enchantress creeps. You know, you can death pact those.
that's very true. Yeah.
Dire's turn
I
to
also
pick.
like the fact that it's kind of like a bounty hunter or like this Nyx that we used to see a lot of, where you can kind of just run around the map and get vision done. You can get deep wards if you're position 5, gives you the obs. It gets you information on the map. And so if you look at this Beastmaster Clinks opener, they have so much map control and vision control already, which when you're playing against these heroes like Shaker and Enchantress and you kind of want to get to them first at the start of the fight, it can
10
be really
seconds.
helpful.
Radiant
It
pick.
is. I love teams that prioritize the vision game. That's different. I haven't really seen any AA. Granted, I've been basic. I've pretty much only been casting like 3 or 4 teams. None of them have been picking it, so it could be doing something elsewhere. But that is a little bit of a mix-up for the mini meta
10
that we've
seconds.
been seeing with these teams right now.
Yeah, I think POS 5
5
especially is
seconds left.
that kind of role, right, where some teams just prefer certain heroes. I don't think I've seen Spartan play it recently. He's kind of like that Grimstroke, like etc. kind of player, like Chen. Yeah, I haven't seen him play a huge amount of AA, but I think when you have this Clinks Beastmaster, though, we talked about the vision already, right? Where now, if the Clinks is roaming around and finds somebody on the other side of the map, maybe farming a jungle camp or something, if this AA can throw an ice blast, you know, all of a sudden Clinks has so much more kill potential than he would have done before.
It does continue to give concerns about catch, though. If this is a position 4 Clinks and a position 5 Ancient Apparition, you have the roar from the Beastmaster, you have a little bit of slow from the Boars and from AA, but
10 seconds.
if that's how they're running it, they really need to get some lockdown on their cores. Otherwise, I think
5
they're going to
seconds
struggle.
left. Radiant's turn to pick.
Bounty Hunter.
It's Dire's ban now.
What is this draft? Yeah, so that's happening.
So my question now, is it position 4 Bounty Hunter? Or is it carry Bounty Hunter laning against the Tide, which is okay? You know, it has high armor on this Bounty
It's
Hunter, so the
Radiant's
Anchor Smash
ban
doesn't do
now.
a huge amount to you. I think it's a really good...
It could be mid Clinks and carry Bounty Hunter, and they still have to pick their support. I don't think that's what's happening. I'm just trying to make it as ridiculous as possible.
I think it's ready to be Bounty 1, Clinks 4, I would assume, but I really like this Storm pick. I think this is great. You know, we've talked about their lack of catch already, so
10
the
seconds.
Storm pick feels really strong at the moment. They
Radiant
don't
pick.
have a hero that deals well with it at
Dire
all.
pick.
Again, they just banned the puck out, just like the
Bloodseeker.
coil. They
And
rushed.
they don't want to deal with any invis, so they're just gonna chunk everyone down and make sure that they can't escape because Bloodseeker will see them. It's just also just so much fighting. You know, that's a really
10
active
seconds.
core.
Yeah, which is when you play
5
the Storm, you
seconds
kind of want it
left.
to be the positive one overall in terms of farm priority a lot of the time. But I don't see a reason why it has to be Bloodseeker here over anything else. Like, I guess it's just who they enjoy, they like playing with. You can build relatively tanky as well, like it's an early BKB hero, which is okay. But again, I'm not 100% sold on this Bloodseeker here. Like, I cast a game last night in NA where it was an insanely good Bloodseeker game against like Weaver and all sorts. But maybe they're trying to cover
Choose
their bases
your
with a
hero.
different pick. I don't really...
Viking has struggled when Shad is on a hero that's supposed to be farming. He has a hard time finding the farm and ends up, he either doesn't group up but still doesn't farm, or does group up but still doesn't farm. So we've seen him on these PLs, Morphs, Lunas, and it hasn't, I was casting them yesterday and it hasn't worked out particularly well for them. So it seems like they're trying to switch things up by going with the Bloodseeker because, you know, he's a little more built, fight ready. He's going to be a little more helpful, ready to group up with the team. And last game, Family Team was very aggressive. And if Shad had been on a little bit more of an active hero, they might have been able to
10
take the
seconds.
fights, but they just couldn't delay for him long enough. And, you know, he didn't really have as much of an impact on
5
that game as he
seconds
probably
left.
wanted.
Yeah, my favorite era of this Viking lineup was when they used to pick this IO Tiny, and Shad did play that kind of like a more active kind of carry, but they farmed ridiculously quickly, and he loves his Bloodseeker as well. So although it's not an amazing Bloodseeker game, if it is just kind of like a comfort pick for him in general, then, you know, to just do and to go back for these comfort picks right over anything else. Tiny mid. This is 6.
And it is a
different
position,
things.
yeah, and it's a position 1 bounty with that 4 clinks. All of this is kind of all of this is different. Beastmaster is normal.
Yeah, I mean, Skylark loves this hero. I think Family Team love this hero whenever whenever they basically get given an opportunity, they'll give Skylark Beastmaster. But it's the same for Celery on this Ench. And it'll be really interesting to see because when you play this Enchantress up against the Beastmaster, you can enchant the boar. So I don't. There's going to be some weird things going on in that side lane.
And it's
I'm just gonna trade back and forth. Remember when there was, however the mechanic worked, it was like if you stole a Chen creep and then Chen stole it back.
Sure.
A feature.
In the lane of
you
Beastmaster, which is, you know,
glorious
really tied favoured. This guy, you know, you level up the Kraken Shell as well. He doesn't really get bullied by the boar at all. It's kind of annoying that he just slows you constantly, but they can't really do anything to the tide, especially with this ring of protection that he's gone for extra armor. And so Viking are going to try and just hide the lanes here completely. You know, you see the tide not showing himself in the lane or the bot lane at all.
It's curious to see Celery not in that bottom lane, since that does
30
make the boar
seconds
so
to
ineffective
battle.
early on. Could rotate down there afterwards, though. He doesn't have a ward. This is an interesting rotation to make.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to scout out the lanes to see if they can actually get the Tide Hunter versus the Beastmaster. Because is it going to die right? She has like 320 movement speed. It's so difficult to just run her down, especially when they just don't have any stuns on their team. So they see this and they're like, yeah, cool, this is great. We are just going to leave the Tide Hunter down here, and we're going to run this aggro Tide, which is pretty cool. And I think the Enchantress doesn't have to play against the Clinks now. I saw this a lot in China. When you pick these like really greedy position 4s, I think like Ember, Clinks and things, if you just run a tri-lane into the enemy team, like the hero feels so sad.
Because he doesn't have a support to pick off anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But he's also really rubbish in tri-lanes as well. So like, he doesn't just want to... He wants to, you know, be in these 2-on-2 kind of situations. Kind of want the XP as well.
And, well, I imagine Toby will have a bit of a rough time dealing with that harass here at the start until he gets a few more levels up.
It's amazing, but like at the same time the wave's pushing in now as well, so kind of it should be fine. I imagine Keep's going to try and pull the big camp. Oh,
Spartan being gone on, yeah, up top. There's a nice stun from Aramis and one more last hit. Kill going over to the Earthshaker, so there's the first blood in that aggressive tri-lane.
So this AA is not going to have... So when you play this Bloodseek, you tend to like play it with some kind of stun setup for the Blood Ride. The Blood Ride does a huge amount of damage. There's 125 at level 1, which is crazy. So they don't have a stun, they have the enchant, which is such a massive slow. But it's basically a setup anyway, right? They had a huge amount of burst damage up in this lane.
Yeah, and they've got that Fisher from the Earthshaker. Not able to dive on that, but man, they're going to be so frustrating and just forcing out all of the regen from Family Team.
Yeah, and they have this really deep ward to see the couriers coming as well. So it's not even like they can easily ferry more regen up here in this top lane for Family Team.
Yeah, and they already took out AA's courier, and now Spartan in a lot of trouble, blocked between the trees and a Fisher.
I'm surprised looking for me. Celery didn't try and give the kill to Aramis there, but you know.
He got the last one.
That's true. Share the love, I guess.
Yeah. Although I would say I'd really prefer to be stacking farm on my Earthshaker.
Yeah.
But Celery was really poor last game. Really poor. They dropped the sentry, not enough follow-up.
Boom getting the tiny really low mid as well already. Forcing to pop that really early salve, which on most heroes feels really good, but Tiny's such a tanky hero that, you know, because he has low armor, the salve doesn't, you know, feel as effective as other mid heroes. He doesn't have the same effective HP with the low armor.
Focus pretty low. There is a Fisher up. It's just waiting for an opportunity to use it where they might actually get a kill follow-up. He just keeps... Wow. Yeah, he just keeps canceling it, making them nervous.
Close.
Kobe, yeah, continuing to take harass, but he's close enough to the tower.
This is such a horrible lane for Keep to have to try and deal with. Like,
focus. Yep, up top they're going on focus. He gets stunned by the Enchantress Centaur. Plenty of right clicks to finish that off, and another kill for Celery.
Oh, that feeling.
Do you say Celery or Celery?
I say Celery, but I'll ask him after the game what he prefers. I've never even thought about it, to be honest, which I probably should have. Oh, Celery's gonna get the career again.
Celery has been killed.
When he's feeling fancy, he's Celery. And when it's just a normal day, he's Celery.
Yeah, that's his evening wear, Celery.
Yes, exactly. And I don't know if it's late enough in the day to be evening. Are they gonna kill AA again? Poor Spartan, he's really struggling here. And the impetus from Enchantress is just way too much damage for an AA to deal with.
I love the power play when people go for the last hit and they just run away. And they don't even look at the kill. It's not me.
Yeah, cool guys don't look at explosions. It's that mentality.
I'm interested to see what Toby puts here, like what point he puts in his skill at level 5, if he goes for the third point in Kraken. Yeah, he does. I think this Beastmaster now, even when he hits level 6, is not going to touch his Tide Hunter like at all. I mean, he's blocking 36 damage every hit, right? Like even Cube on this Clinks is basically not going to be doing anything to him.
Spartan has given up on the top lane, by the way. He's occupying mid now.
My just reward.
Yeah, it's not looking good, is it?
Radiant's middle tower is
He
under
realizes he can't do anything top, and the bounty hunter's done the same. Well, we might as well just start running around and killing people. So technically, when we wondered which one was the position for, turns out that they're both the position for.
That is what it looks like. They're going on Aramis. They have some damage. The Storm pulling the Tiny back so he can't help out. Aramis has a Fitcher. I don't think they can go on him.
Has he got... Trank was coming out potentially as well. Yeah, he does. So Aramis is going to be fine here. Nobody's really stopping him from what he wants to do.
And then mid lane itself's pretty even. Nice harass there onto Boom. Oh, top lane. Spartan being chased down once again with the slow from Enchantress, the stun, and Shad here to pick up the kill.
That's it, sir. You gotta leave your kill
Dire's
for the
middle
other
tower's in
cause.
trouble.
He doesn't care about cost 4, but for the cause, it's fine.
Yeah, big boy Bloodseeker entering the arena now. No more kills for the supports. They've got boots. What else do they need?
So
Their farming is done.
this Thailander down at the bot lane, I was wondering if he'd go Ravage at level 6 as well, because you tend to see it that if they feel like they can't really use the Ravage.
Oh, they're going in on Boom here in the middle lane. Hasted Tiny. Not even needed there. He's there for moral support.
Unfortunately, Tiny's that kind of hero that if he gets a haste through, you zip away the storm. It's not really going to do anything because he'll just carry on chasing you anyway.
Yeah, Storm definitely does not have the mana pool to make use of that this early on.
I mean, the hero I'm really worried about at the moment is this bounty hunter who was just about to hit the 14 CS mark at 7 minutes into the game.
Ooh.
2 CS a minute as your carry does not feel good. The big thing for him though is that he needs to get this level 6 and then just go and try and find track kills like all the time.
Spartan
Back into the game.
Spartan in trouble again. Shad chasing him down. This AA he's died 5 times. So that's 5 of the 6 kills for Viking are onto the AA.
Yeah, he's trying to hit the death a minute mark. We all yearn for.
Yes, you're right. That's my goal. I've been playing Dota wrong because I've never managed to reach that.
It's one of the achievements
Radiant
of the
are
battle
scanning
pass.
for
I don't know if you
enemies.
knew.
Oh, a death a minute.
Yeah.
Well, battle pass. What else would you do in your ranked games?
That's what it feels like when I get people on my team, at least, anyway.
Now, can they do anything against Tiny?
This Beastmaster's kind of lurking behind, though, in the woods as well with his Necrobook, so you do have to be a little bit careful on this Radiant side. They don't just put a ward down, actually. Okay. So they might see any rotations coming in here from Skylark.
They've got 2 behind, though. This is a nice little pincer happening here. But still can't really do anything. They're all sort of just waiting. Nobody wants to make any moves.
At the same time, the Cube did just go inwards there and got hit by the tower, so he knows where their ward is. Play around it now on a family team. I just keep want to say aggressive mode.
It's a recent change, you know. It hasn't been around for too long. And Bloodseeker, I'm assuming, has the wand flying out, and then and it looks like also a Blade of Alacrity.
Yeah.
Yep.
He had Blade Mail queued up before, which I didn't agree with. It's not a great. So I'm glad he's changed his mind and gone for something different. It's SMY that he's got queued up really good with the status resistance up against the Beastmaster. That's a good call for him. He might even just go Yasha BKB.
There's an Invis rune on Tiny. He's obviously has seen Shad here. To need Clinks to rotate over to secure this kill. It's pinging it out, and Clinks has to wait for the creeps to be gone, so it's not too obvious when he runs. And there's the hit from the Tinies. Toss avalanche combo. Do they have enough damage? They do with the tree. Important kill for family team. But now the TP in from Boom, so they can't take that outpost back.
The best thing about that kill for Clinks 5 death pack damage. He's online. I bet he to start to
Oh, and here's the roar in the mid lane, taking down Aramis. So that's a dead Earthshaker. Family team making a little bit of a comeback now that Skylark is entering the fights.
Yeah, it's like this bounty hunter. This is what we were saying though, right? Like he hasn't really got farm, but they can start getting triple kills now. And because Tiny and the Beastmaster have had good games, like they can still link up together on the with the +1s all the time to try and find these pick with the raw. You know, they do control the whole bottom half of the map. The problem is like anybody there apart.
They share my form, but not my calling.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
If you ask me. Radiant's bottom tower's still there, but not for long. Radiant's bottom tower must have been dizzy. Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
Now. You're sentimental.
Radiant called in the fortification. Radiant's middle tower's not feeling the love. Dire's putting a hurt on Radiant's middle tower. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating. Dire is scanning for enemies. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire is scanning for enemies.
Huzzah! Bounty!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is getting pushed around. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower don't look good. Dire's courier has been killed. And Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Let the fun begin! Invisibility.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Killing spree!
We outnumbered you. We outnumber them all.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
X marks the spot. Over here now, boss. My ceilings. The hoofbeats of your heart beat no more.
Radiant are scanning. How's that even work? Tower has been denied.
Huzzah! I'm over here. Oh! Looking for me? Huzzah! Touché!
I feel better already.
Stupendous!
A gift from the goddess.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower might be going down! Radiant's bottom tower's still there, but not for long. Dire's putting up a barricade. Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire are scanning, trying to find those sneaky bums. Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand. Radiant's bottom tower is falling. Oh, damn it! Tower's about to be Radiant's top rubble. Man, him and that Aegis. Glad I never messed up that bad.
Stupendous!
Dire's middle tower's in trouble. Which one, Dire again? Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is falling.
My eye, not bound!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower don't look good. Radiant's top tower ain't looking too steady. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Tower looks to be disintegrating. Radiant's top tower's under attack.
Damage!
Bounty!
Radiant are scanning for enemies. is scanning for enemies.
Haste! Stupendous!
Yeah, quite.
Dire is scanning for enemies.
generation.
Radiant's middle tower's not feeling the love. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower had a run-in with the Dire.
Not so safe.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
Huzzah! Zap! Over here!
Dire is scanning for enemies. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is about to be Radiant's top trouble.
I'm over here! Step lively.
Here comes Dire's plucky little courier. Oops!
Double damage!
Bounty! Huzzah!
Radiant are scanning for enemies. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is about to be Radiant's top rumble. Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating. Dire's structures on point. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating. Dire's middle tower is taking a dirt nap. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks could use Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Zap!
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
Back so soon?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Middle tower is under attack.
Over here now!
Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
Zip! Over here now!
The coin of the realm.
Let the fun begin! On three blades! Huzzah! Now over here! Where's the party? Huzzah! I'm over here. Zip zap. Puddin' pop.
Dire is scanning for enemies. disintegrate. Dire is scanning for enemies.
Double damage. Whoa, what I missed?
tower is under attack.
I strive to keep the ground. Stupendous!
The tower must be disintegrated. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ends you. Immortality. Here I am. Pudding pop. Zap. Zap.